Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Natal Tips. I am Priscilla, a midwife here to support you on this incredible journey to motherhood. Today, we are talking all about the first trimester, those early, exciting, and often challenging first 12 weeks. This is a huge time of growth for both you and your baby. So we will cover what is happening, how to manage common symptoms, and some tips for thriving in these first months. Let's dive in. It may seem strange, but your pregnancy actually begins on the first day of your last menstrual period. This is called the gestational age of the pregnancy. A pregnancy care provider calculates your due date by adding 40 weeks to the first day of your last menstrual period. So this means by the time you know you are pregnant, you are already about 4 weeks along. The first 2 weeks of your pregnancy are part of your normal menstrual cycle. The first week is your period and the second week is ovulation. Once you ovulate, your egg travels through your fallopian tube to your uterus. If it meets up with a sperm, they combine and conception occurs. The fertilized egg travels to your uterus. On its way down to your uterus, it divides into multiple cells. Once it reaches your uterus, it implants into the rich uterine lining. This triggers your body to recognize that you are pregnant, and a series of changes begin to happen. Most people miss their period and then get a positive pregnancy test. In these first 12 weeks, your baby grows from a tiny group of cells to something about the size of a plum, with organs, nerves, and muscles all starting to develop. Your hormones, particularly estrogen and progesterone, are kicking into high gear. This supports your baby's growth but can also lead to some unexpected symptoms, which brings us to what you are likely to feel during this time. Now, let's talk about symptoms. Everyone's experience is a little different and there are some symptoms individuals may or may not experience. But here are the top 3 that most women encounter. Yes, morning sickness is real, but here is a little secret. It doesn't always happen in the morning. For some women, nausea can strike any time of the day or night. Why? It's mostly because of the increased level of pregnancy hormones. A few tips to manage it: try eating smaller, more frequent meals, keep some crackers or ginger tea nearby, and most importantly, stay hydrated, which reduces the feeling of sickness. Growing a new life takes energy, and your body is working overtime. It's normal to feel more tired than usual. So listen to your body. Allow yourself to rest, even if it means short naps whenever you can during the day. And don't be hard on yourself if you are not as productive as usual. Rest is very important. In the progressing weeks of your first trimester, you may find yourself running to the bathroom a lot. This is partly because your uterus is growing and your blood flow is increasing, which makes your kidney work harder to filter. It can be a bit inconvenient, but don't let this stop your hydration goals. Staying hydrated is crucial, and do not feel stressed when you have to go for restroom breaks. Also ensure proper cleaning up and wearing breathable underwears to prevent infections. Aside from the physical, the first trimester can also bring emotional changes. For many women, they experience a mixture of excitement, anxiety, and everything in between. Pregnancy hormones can amplify your feelings, and that's totally normal. One day you might feel thrilled, and the next you are in tears over a movie or an event in your day. It's all part of the journey. Remember, you are not alone in this. Many expecting moms find comfort in talking to others who understand, whether it's a close friend, family member, or even an online community. Sometimes Thinking about the new life being created inside you creates a smile and joy. Now, let's discuss some healthy tips for the first trimester. A good prenatal vitamin with folic acid is key in the first trimester. Folic acid helps support your baby's neural development and can prevent certain birth defects. It is best to start taking these as soon as you find out you're pregnant or even before you are planning. Also, eating well is important, but I know food aversions and nausea can make this challenging. Focus on what you can eat and try to include a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and protein sources. And remember, eating small, frequent meals can also help with nausea. For more information, watch my video on nutrition in pregnancy. Try to stay active, but listen to your body. If you were active before, it's generally safe to keep up with low-impact exercises like walking, swimming, or prenatal yoga. Physical activity helps with circulation, reduces stress, and can boost your mood. But if you are feeling exhausted, do not push yourself too hard. It's okay to take it easy. You will want to avoid things like raw or undercooked meat, certain seafoods, and high mercury fish like saltfish. And of course, skip alcohol, tobacco, and limit caffeine as much as possible. So that wraps up our first trimester survival guide. Remember, every woman's pregnancy journey is unique, and it's okay to have a mix of emotions and experience. Take things one day at a time and don't hesitate to reach out for support. Today, we are diving into the second trimester, weeks 13 to 27, often called the golden trimester, because it's when most moms-to-be start to feel their best. We will cover how your baby develops during the second trimester, what happens to your body, some common discomforts, and some practical tips to manage them. Most importantly, we will discuss when to call your midwife or doctor in your second trimester and ways to enjoy this exciting phase. Let's get started. The second trimester often feels like the best trimester for most people. For many, the morning sickness and fatigue of the first trimester fades into the past. During your second trimester, you will start looking more pregnant and feel the same. You even find yourself feeling a burst of energy. You will start to feel your baby move around 16 to 24 weeks, and you might begin to settle into your pregnancy and enjoy it more than you did in the first trimester. Let's start with the basic fetal changes that occur in the second trimester. Around this time, your baby has grown quite a bit, measuring about 3 to 6 inches at the start of this trimester and up to about 14 inches by week 27. During this time, the fetus starts to look more like a child, with its facial features aligning and its fingers and toes becoming well defined. By month 4, it will have eyelids, eyebrows, eyelashes, nails, and hair. And fetus will also be able to stretch and make faces and even suck its thumb. Your pregnancy care provider will soon be able to determine the sex of the fetus on an ultrasound, often around 20 weeks. At this point, you might also start feeling the fetus move. People often describe the movement as a flutter or like having butterflies in your stomach. The fetus will move and even do flips throughout your second trimester. Your first movement is called quickening. Although it's often called the easiest trimester, there are still some common symptoms you might experience. Let's talk about 3 of the big ones and some tips to help you handle them. Number 1, back pain. As your uterus expands, your back muscles work hard to support your growing belly. This can lead to lower back pain. A few tips: try sleeping on your side with a pillow in between your knees, and you can consider wearing a supportive maternity belt and stay mindful of your posture while performing daily activity. Number 2, heartburn and indigestion. Heartburn can be more noticeable now as your growing baby presses on your stomach. To ease it, try eating smaller, more frequent meals. Avoid laying down right after eating and steer clear of spicy or acidic foods.
A glass of warm milk or some plain yogurt might also help soothe that burn. Some other common symptoms in the second trimester are increased appetite, hemorrhoids, and skin changes like darkening in areas on your face and also some stretch marks, especially around your breast, belly, butt, and thighs. Also note, there is an increased risk of urinary tract infection, hence good perineal hygiene is important. One may ask, when should I call my care provider in the second trimester? You are the person that knows your body best. If you ever feel like something is wrong, you are mostly in a greater percentage right. So you should call your healthcare provider right away if you have any of these symptoms. Unusual or severe cramping or abdominal pain, vaginal bleeding, shortness of breath, or tightness in the chest, which gets worse over time. Regular tightness in your lower abdomen or back, thus 3 to 4 contractions in 10 minutes. Any fluid leak, either a big gush or trickling, or vaginal discharge, which is offensive. Throughout your second trimester, you should continue maintaining a healthy lifestyle. One of the best things you can do is set aside time for self-care. Go for a walk, try some prenatal yoga, or chat with a friend or loved one. Remember, it's okay to have a range of emotions. You are going through a major change in your life. Apart from exercise, please continue to eat nutritious foods, take your prenatal vitamins, and attend every scheduled prenatal appointment. So that's your guide to the second trimester. It's a time of growth for both you and your baby as you get ready for the next big chapter in the third trimester. Today, we're focusing on the third trimester, weeks 28 to 40, the final phase before you meet your little one. During this period, the major feeling is anticipation, joy, and a tinge of fear to meet your baby. Soon, you will hold your baby in your arms. Here is what to expect in the meantime. First, let's talk about your baby. In the third trimester, your baby grows rapidly and prepares for life outside the womb. By week 28, they are about the size of an eggplant. And by the time you are full term, they could weigh anywhere from 6 to 9 pounds. Your baby's lungs and brain continue to mature, and by week 32, their kicks and movements may feel stronger as they become more active. Now, let's talk about you. The third trimester is exciting, but it also comes with its challenges. Here are some common symptoms and how to manage them. As your baby grows, they will take up more space, leaving less room for your lungs to expand. This can make you feel short of breath, especially when climbing the stairs or lying flat. This sometimes improves once the fetus drops into the pelvis towards the end of the third trimester in preparation for birth. Try sitting or standing upright to give your lungs more room, and propping yourself up with pillows at night can improve your sleep. When the fetus moves further into your pelvis, it can press on your bladder, which makes frequent urination more common, or leaking urine when you sneeze, cough, or laugh. Remember to stay hydrated, as this is not the cause of your frequency of urination. Contact your provider if you think you are leaking any fluid, and in doubt if it is urine, as it might be your water breaking. Swelling of your hands, feet, or face is another common symptom due to fluid retention and increased blood flow. To reduce this, elevate your feet when sitting or sleeping if possible. Keep hydrated and avoid standing for long periods. However, excessive swelling of hands, feet, and face accompanied with headaches might be an early sign of preeclampsia. Hence, the need to discuss this with your midwife to rule this out is important. Unlike true labor contractions that get stronger, more intense, and more painful over time, Braxton Hicks contractions are mild, irregular, and don't progress. They can feel more like menstrual cramps. Moving positions or walking can relieve them. Also, be sure to drink plenty of water. But if they become more regular, painful, contact your healthcare provider. It could be early labor. Nesting. This is a strong edge to prepare your home or life for a baby. Some people say they experience a rush of energy that makes them want to clean and organize. I remember the experience of my sister when she stayed up all night to paint her room a week before her due date. I had never seen her work hard until those periods, so it must be some good energy. It's okay if you never feel a nesting instinct. Some people do and others don't. Remember, antenatal care in the third trimester is important. Your pregnancy care provider will schedule antenatal visits more frequently to check on the health of the fetus. Unless your pregnancy is high risk, this typically means appointments will occur every 2 to 3 weeks up until weeks 36 of pregnancy. For the last 4 weeks, you will most likely go for weekly visits. You will also need screening tests for various conditions, including gestational diabetes, iron deficiency anemia, abnormal antibodies, Hep B, and syphilis. You should share any new or changing symptoms with your provider at these visits and ask them any questions you have. Like previous antenatal visits, they will check your blood pressure and urine, the position of the fetus, fundal height measurement, and listen to your baby's heartbeat. They will also recommend some vaccines in this pregnancy, and you have a chance to decide whether to have them or not. We will discuss these topics further in another video. And thanks for joining and learning some practical tips about the third trimester. I'll see you in my next video where I discuss signs of labor and how to prepare adequately for your delivery date, which could be expected or unexpected. Love you all. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget, self-love and staying positive contributes towards a healthy baby. Bye everyone, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below.